The first is hiding emotions, hiding desires, and hiding boundaries. Nick, do you want to dig into those three a little bit for us?
Yep. Because again, the hiding. The nice guy is it's self-protective and it hides the true self. And within you is buried that true self, and that's what we want to go after. So, hiding emotions. Oftentimes, the nice guy doesn't know how he is. He's so, as we talked about last week, one is maybe his dissociation, but also he's so enmeshed with others. He doesn't know where they stop and their own identity begins, and so they really just sometimes just don't know. Forget emotional regulation. Let's just start with emotional awareness. And so sometimes it's like I really don't know how I am, but oftentimes if they do know, expressing emotions, oftentimes growing up, wasn't safe. There's certain emotions particularly that were not safe to express because they weren't met, because your parent often didn't know how to handle their own emotions, let alone your own. And so they'll oftentimes just say, I'm fine. I hide and say, I'm fine, when really they're not fine. They're living in fear or there's shame, or, even within a conversation where there's maybe conflict, or a relationship where you got conflict with your spouse or a close friend, and especially bros. It's like we don't often. It's just so easy to say, "Get over yourself. It's fine. I'm fine," versus leaning into the discomfort and say, "Actually, I'm kind of bitter. I'm a little resentful that whatever this thing happened, and this is why, man." Joe, I love building this thing with you because, men build relationships shoulder to shoulder, I've heard. And when you do that, you're going to have some conflict along the way.
Yeah.
And it's easier, the nice guy especially, because he doesn't want to engage the uncomfortable, says, I'm fine, it's okay. And what does that do? The resentment, the bitterness, the bitter roots keep going deeper. When really I'm not fine. So we hide in emotions, and because we don't know how to handle them really.
Yeah. No, that's so good. Yeah, hiding emotions again feels like safety. And I think one of the fears for men, especially in relationships with women, oftentimes they become either emotional puddles, like emotionally dependent. I need a woman to express all of this stuff, and so it just comes out all the time, like extreme emotional sensitivity,
Yeah.
or it's becoming emotionally void, which
Right.
that I'm fine statement is, and both of
Right.
those are again two sides of extreme. Well, what's in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think one of the most beneficial frameworks or principles I've heard and integrated in my own thinking or philosophy about male-female relationships is the fact that women do test the boundaries of men's emotions. Like they want a
Right.
man with emotions, right?
Yep.
But a man with unbridled emotions is just as threatening and unsafe to a woman as
Right.
a man with voided emotions,
That's really good.
right? The emotional puddle versus emotionally absent
The stoic.
are both threats, and
Yeah.
very detrimental to building an awesome relationship, building safety, building trust, right? And that's man to man as well as it is man to female.